This is a brief video illustrating how to format information from the Hastings Directory for 1879, which does not lend itself to the OCR process. The software in play here is Microsoft Word, but the same process exactly could apply to using Windows Notepad. The critical thing here is to insert commas between each category of information so that in the later phases of the cleaning process, the data will be in the correct columns. Categories are these: surname, separated by a comma, given name, comma, occupation, comma, location, comma, and page. For this particular example, the information is taken from the village of Sterling on page 370. Taking the first section, the municipal council for Sterling, the first entry is for R. Parker. So under surname, we would put Parker, comma. Only his initial is given, R, comma. His occupation is that of Reeve of Sterling Municipal Council. Comma. His location is Sterling Village or Sterling. And the page here is 370. That represents the information for the first individual in this set. In this first example, we have the surname, the given initial, the occupation, the location, and the page. A second example could be William Martin. Surname, Martin, comma. First name, William, comma. Occupation, he's a counselor. On Sterling Municipal Council. The location is Sterling. And the page again is 370. For these other examples, the village officers for Sterling, for example, surname would be Parker, given name would be FB, occupation, clerk for Sterling Village, James Milne is the treasurer, and S.N. Westcott is the collector. The Board of Education, similarly, as the same would be for the officers of the 5th Division Court in Sterling and the issuer of marriage licenses. Let's take this one, for example, and finish this off. Charles Butler, surname Butler, first name Charles, occupation, the issuer of the marriage licenses in Sterling, location, Sterling, and the page 370. One aspect of these names that should be pointed out is that some information will go in the given names section, such as Charles Butler in the last one. He's Charles Butler Sr. We would put the senior in located right here with his first name, uppercase S, lowercase r, and that indicates that this is Charles Butler Sr., whereas in the 5th Division Court, it appears his son is also one of the bailiffs, and he would appear as Butler Charles Jr. Other things may appear here that would be put with them. For example, Bolter is an MD, a doctor, and an MPP, a member of the provincial parliament. Those kinds of specifications go with the first name. I'm going to quickly show how this information entered in this way ends up in a format that will be in the final stages of cleaning, ready for inclusion in the project. First of all, I'm going to select the information we have here. Control-C to copy. Once it's selected, I'm going to look for a new file, a new blank document, in other words, and paste the information into that document. I'm going to save that and I will save it in documents is good. Let's save it as Word document. How we save it becomes important. You could save it as a Word document as we have set up here, or we could save it as plain text, which saves us a step later on. So let's save it as plain text in the document folder. Windows default format is fine. The final step in the data cleaning process will be done in the software named Excel. Let's pull that text file into Excel. Click File, Open. We'll browse to find it. We have to set this to say all files rather than Excel files, because what we're looking for is not an Excel file, it's a text file. We're looking in Documents, so we'll set this up and go to Documents, and we're looking for a file called Word document. Open. We'll need to click Read Only. It is a delimited file. That's why we're reusing our commas to separate the information into columns in Excel. We'll click Next. The separator or delimiter here is a comma. We put that in purpose in the Word document. So we'll set this for comma and deselect tab. Click Finish. We'll spread this out a bit here using the Home tab, Format Cells, and Auto-Fit Column Width. And there we have our information in the columns that can be matched to the rest of the project, and the final cleaning process and organization process can take place.